All right. It's good to see you guys. Hello, Nathaniel,
Hi.
Lily, Victoria, and everyone. Yes, so good to see all of you. Lily, it's good to see you. Yes, so Lily is the founder of Girls Talk Initiative, right? The last time I checked, they were having about 6,000 to 7,000 followers engaging on that platform. And I'm proud of what you are doing, Lily. Thank you so much for coming live. And then my very good friend, Nathaniel. Yeah, Neil Rivers, actually, popularly known as the Neil Rivers.
Oh,
Of course. Of course, the lead consult at Tapara Technology. A tech bro and more. A Jesus boy, right? You're welcome. And V, you're welcome too. A mother in Israel, right? How is Abuja this 15th, a day after Valentine? How is Abuja? Thank you,
Abuja
guys.
is very.
Victoria is an amazing event anchor, a wannabe rapper too, and of course a singer. And I'm glad to have you here, right? So quick one, we're out of time. I will set the ball rolling. Yeah, so I don't know, Lily, what do you think about love at first sight? Right? Can you fall in love with someone you haven't spent time with?
No, I can't.
No what?
Briefly, no.
You can? All right. So for you, Vicky, there's anything like love at first sight or like that?
Yeah, hello. Sorry, Anuj. I just joined. I didn't get your question.
Yes, I was asking whether is there anything like love at first sight for you, right? Do you believe can you fall in love with someone you haven't spent time with?
Is that question directed to me or Naja?
Yes. What's your perspective towards that?
Okay. First off, I really think, let me just be blunt and say there's nothing like that. There's
Okay.
no, there's nothing like love at first sight. However, there is such a thing as attraction at first sight.
Okay.
Biologically, we see things like butterflies can see a beautiful flower from a distance, and then they just get attracted to it, and then they go and alight on the flower. It does not mean that they are in love with the flower. It means the flower attracted them. So even with us humans, there is going to be that attraction, and scientifically they explain it as certain hormones that get triggered in a person when they find something pleasant. I think that hormone is called oxytocin. So when you find a particular person, a particular event, something pleasant, automatically that hormone is triggered, and it gives you that lovey-dovey feeling that a lot of people call love.
Okay.
But love is not a feeling. So yeah, there's nothing like love at first sight. Hello, but there's such a thing as attraction.
All right, thank you. Attraction. All right, Vicky, if you can hear us,
I can hear you.
what do you have to say about that? Love at first sight. Is there like, can you fall in love with somebody you haven't spent any time with like that?
For me, I think it depends.
Okay.
Depends, and also I'll go with what Neil said, because there are times that you grow in love. There are people that you just literally meet and then you're connected to those people, and then there are some people that it takes time for you to get to like them and then fall in love later. So basically, it depends on how it happens. It takes time for other people. For other people, they easily connect.
Okay. Since you're asking this, let me just ask you this in regard to that. Is there what's the thin line between love and infatuation?
Love is an affection or a feeling, a positive feeling that you have for someone. While infatuation is a foolish, teenage feeling or passion that just happens, is usually prevalent with the teenagers. So infatuation is something that just comes and then it goes. It's a feeling that doesn't last. But for love, it's something that is durable. It's valid. You can actually bank on it. But infatuation, you cannot really bank on it that much when it comes to relationship.
All right. Okay. I guess we are clear on that. But before we even go further, why do in terms of yesterday was Valentine and then I was reading a whole lot, I was writing a whole lot. I knew that if I had come on Facebook to say one to everywhere would have been somehow. But why do ladies actually brother zone the good guys in quotes, the nice guys? What is that? Because right now I'm in many zones right now. Why do they do that? What is the reason for doing that? What I'm saying is true, right? So why do they actually do that? Vicky, why do they do that? Oh,
For
Nathania, if
many
you can hear
reasons.
me, okay. One is what?
I mean, okay. How would you say when you, as a young lady, you have a guy is around you, he's always there. He didn't say anything, but he's always around you. It's like make his intention known whether he wants to be your friend or he wants to be in a relationship with you. But they see you
Okay.
guys around in church, you're together, you go to the market together, you do stuff together. But people might think there's something you do, but the two of you just know that you're just close friends. There's no relationship or going on between you. It's more like a situationship. So in that
Okay.
case, it's easier to brother zone such kind of person, right? So you might be good, but I am an African lady, and they train us that we don't actually ask a guy out, even if the guy
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that.
say I like you.
All right. I think one of your reasons is that the guy should go straight to the point, right? Nathaniel, why do they actually brother zone you every time?
Well, like the name implies, it is a zone, and I believe that sometimes you get into that zone by yourself, or the lady puts you there. I think that's another angle to it. You can actually put
Yes,
yourself in that zone by how you act. Okay, so you have feelings for this particular lady, and see, truly, like they usually say, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Same with a closed mouth it leads to brother zone. Like a lady
I
might
know.
like you, and she would yeah, she likes you actually, because trust me, even for the fact that the lady even gives you attention and even allows you be in her space, it means she has some decent consideration for you. But for you to outrightly now not even make any moves, like, and this whole thing about saying, oh, my actions are talking for me, no, especially when it comes to feelings or maybe romance, you actually have to make a move and say, okay, I like you, or my relationship with you, I don't just see you as a sister in Christ, but I see you as somebody I can build a future with. So that's for the aspect of you putting yourself in the brother zone by how you act. Then we have the aspect where the lady now puts you in brother zone, and that's really simple. It's a matter of desire and choice. Yeah, it's a matter of desire and choice. Like, when a lady's paradigm, when a lady's idea about the kind of man she wants to be with is already set, and then you come into the picture, obviously she will have problems accepting you as a romantic partner. She would, because you don't fit into her paradigm, you don't fit into her idea. So that will necessitate her, okay, she would clear or state a boundary, like, oh, obviously, like, we can't do this because in her mind she's like, yeah, we can't do this because I already have a standard for the kind of man I want to be with, and I've set it. So it now falls on the guy. If maybe you are close enough to the lady and what she likes in a man, you can either start to adjust yourself, because I've seen cases like that where the guy now starts to adjust himself and change certain things about himself because of love, and then he now becomes more pleasing to the lady. So so you can get yourself into the brother zone by how you act, and the lady can decide to put you there because you don't meet up to her standard or her paradigm.
All right, thank you. I will get to that. Let me just get to Lily. All right, go on.
Yeah, can I add before we go to the next? Like, if you are able to know why you're close to each other, it will be easier for you to know whether you want it as a relationship or you're just friendship, or the closeness is just friendship, right? So before you get close to the lady or the guy, you know that this is what is actually bringing you close, or what is connecting the two of you. So it can easily help the guy or the lady. When you're now beginning to develop, sometimes when you just get close to some people, you develop feelings for them over time. So when that thing happens in the process of that friendship, you should be very sincere to yourself, because there's a way that attraction grows or feelings grows when you get closer to each other.
That's true. And Lily, I don't know. Lily, can you hear me, Lily? Yes. So I just want you to say what is, we are talking about love already, and then romance. How do you balance love, romance, and career, right? And purpose. Let me just be specific. Just purpose. I'll be direct on that. Right? How can one balance purpose and romance as a lady?
So I would say for women, if you've not had a clear view of what you want in life, if you are not in line with that purpose, if you don't know your purpose, if you've not started that journey, if you don't have clarity, I don't think you have business. You don't have any business being in a relationship, as harsh as it would sound. So balancing relationships and career and purpose for women. I'm not even talking about guys because I'm a woman. You have to have full clarity. It's something that has been trending online. You see my frontal lobe just developed. So there's a theory that women are not supposed to date until their frontal lobe gets developed, right? Now, naturally, women love to nurture. Women love to take care of things. Women are incubators spiritually. If you mistakenly start mixing relationship, I want to push a man, I want to go with a man, I want to be in love, I want to do this with your career, especially when you don't even know what you're supposed to do in life, you're just going to be there won't be a balance, literally. That's why sometimes you see women get married or they'll be in a relationship and then they will just crash. And then after the relationship or after a divorce, they now bloom. And then people will now be like, oh my God, marriage is bad. Relationship is terrible. No, that's not it. Most times people just go into relationships when they don't even know what they want. And for a woman, it's a distraction. No matter how you want to put it, you have to sacrifice something to get something. You're either incubating your career or you're incubating a relationship. You cannot do both of them at a certain point. Most times you have to reach a certain stage. So how do you create a balance? Make sure that you have clearly outlined your purpose, that you know what your purpose is and you're in line with that. And if you want to, make sure that whomever you're dating understands your purpose and is also in line with that. Because you cannot be going right and dating someone that is going left. Women are very emotional. You end up sacrificing right, which is work. And so creating a balance in summary is making sure you have a clear view and foresight of where you're going to before you jump into it.
All right. Givia, you're welcome. Can you hear me, Givia? Hello, Gloria. Can you hear us? Givia, can you hear me?
Okay. Hi, I can hear you.
What is taking you away? What is carrying you away? What is taking you away? All right, you're welcome.
My network went off. Thank you. you.
Okay, right. Guys, Divya is a girl and child, or should I say women, teenagers, especially the girl child. She's an advocate for the girl child. She has worked with a lot of international organization in achieving that, right? So welcome. I would have said much about you, but we are out of time. Nathaniel,
Yes,
right?
sir.
What would you say? Balancing romance and purpose, right? I think we need to set this straight before we dive into the conversation fully.
Yeah. And it's a very, very important balance for you to actually draw because, see, whether we like it or not, a relationship is a big deal. Forget about how maybe our society has tried to water down certain things. A relationship is actually a big deal when you want to view it from all its far angles. It's a very big deal. So, just like Apostle Paul said something when he was writing to the Corinthians, he said, when a person gets married, automatically something happens, and one of the things that happens to that person is that your desires are splitted in the sense that your attention now is not just going to solely be on the Lord. It will also be on the person that you are married to, and it's the same thing with the relationship. Your focus as a young person will be divided. So much more than having time for the things that you term your purpose, you also now have to give a certain portion of your time to this person. That is why a relationship, it is a very, very big deal. There's no really doubt about it. So what I usually say in terms of bringing or striking a balance between the purpose and the romance is, first of all, the first question you have to ask yourself is that, according to the time of life that I am in right now, am I willing to commit myself to a person? Am I willing to commit my time to a person? That's a question you need to ask yourself first. And when you have answered that question, then you must have a very serious conversation with your partner. I think one problem a lot of people, one mistake a lot of people make is that they fail to have conversations regarding purpose with their partner. So me and you are starting out, maybe we want to date or something. First, we actually need to sit down and have a conversation about our purpose. Okay, what are you called to? What am I called to? Are these things compatible? Or even if they are not compatible, how can we come to a point where we can build some form of harmony in a way that, okay, you can have time for the things that you are called to do, and I can have time for the things I'm called to do, yet without interference. Because you see, one thing that is characteristic about love is compromise and sacrifice. No matter how purposeful you are, you must give time to your spouse or your partner or whatever. You must give time. That one is non-negotiable. So it is now left for you guys to assess, because there are some people. The truth is that their purpose may never allow them to be together. That's the truth. Whether you may argue with this logic or not, but their purpose may never. Okay, let's say for example now, a man who is called to be an itinerary evangelist. Okay, this person travels around the world taking the gospel and all that. Then he has a wife who is probably a big shot in a mortgage bank or something, and her duty is solely based in maybe a city like Abuja, and she can't really travel like that. Imagine the strain that will be placed on such a relationship where they probably hardly see each other. So you see, it is not because the love is not there. The difference in their assignments is going to cause a rift. So no matter how much they try to create a balance and all, so that is why you don't just rush into a relationship without first assessing how compatible and how much harmony can be built between the two purposes in question. So and this is the reason why. Let me just be a bit realistic. This is the reason why a lot of ladies in quote don't like dating men of God in quote, because now a man tells you he's called of God, and the dynamics of ministry. He probably has to give his time to people. He still has to give his time to the Lord. He still has to give his time maybe to his side secular job and something. Please, where does the lady now fit into this? So unless you find a person who understands your purpose enough to understand that okay, you can't always have time for her, then there will always be a rift. There will always be strife between you guys. Both of you will always be having arguments on why okay this person is feeling left out and this person does not feel loved enough and all. So it's I think the first step in striking a balance is that there must be a conversation about it, a very serious conversation where both parties understand if this thing can be harmonized or not.
All right. I will ask. I will get on Lily now. Lily, right? You and Givia. But first of all, yeah, Victoria was saying something earlier, right? So you say Africa and all of that, Nigeria or whatever. Now, why is it believed that ladies shouldn't express their affection to a guy they love? Meanwhile, they have fallen in love with that guy. Like, why is it? Why is it so? We have adopted a lot of
Well,
would I say, yes, why is it like that? Why is it like that okay, you can, you know what I mean? Hello?
okay. So first of all, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So first of all, if you look at things, me, I'm a practical person. I feel like the Bible was given to us as a manual. There wasn't any place, correct me if I'm wrong, where a woman saw a vision that a man was her husband and went on to him to say, "Oh, thou Joseph, the Lord God said I should tell you you're my husband." Right? Bible, I don't know if there's a place someone should please reference me to that. Secondly, I'm very old fashioned and I believe that no matter your validation, no matter what you think, maybe, oh, you guys are, maybe the guy is vibing, you are vibing, you feel he likes you, but he's shy, it just brings up desperation. The moment you do it, even if that guy likes you, you're just, for me, I just feel like you're sowing future seed of discord because something will happen in the future that would make him say, "Oh, but you came to me first. Oh my God, you came to me first." I feel like the Bible said, "He who finds a wife." The Bible never said a woman who sees a vision and goes to help a man see clearly that she's meant for him. So I don't even think it's about gender roles. I think it's about what the Bible says. I think it's about how you carry yourself as a woman. I also think it's about being old fashioned and African. No matter how you like a guy, no matter how you think a guy likes you, sit down, focus on your business. He will meet you. If a guy really likes you, he can never be too shy to walk up to you and tell you that, oh. So the only reason people believe that it should be done now is because, oh my God, time waits for no one. You're going to 40. We see women who get married at 40, 45. So what's the problem? The time you're trying to use to figure out how to go and ask the guy out or ask him if he likes you, why don't you use it and invest in your business and invest in yourself so that the
Oh,
kind of man that you want to walk up to you should walk up to you. So I think the reason
all
why people
right.
are against it, I don't know if people are against it, but I think the reason why people are against it now is because it is screaming desperation. It's screaming pick me. That's what it's screaming.
All right, Givia,
Yeah.
I don't know whether you want to contribute to that.
Well, okay. The question was,
Why
why do
do
girls tend to pretend when they
why
like a
is it
guy?
believed that no, okay, the way you want to say, why is it believed that ladies shouldn't express their affection to a guy they love? Like literally everything is showing that they are up with this guy and they are up, like everything is screaming that. So why would they want to suppress that whole feeling?
Okay. I think you using the word suppressing, um, I don't think it's the right choice of words. To me, I would rather use
Okay,
the
give me
word
the right types
observing.
of word.
Yes,
Okay.
I rather use the word observing, right? The most times when a girl tends to like a guy, like when a guy notices that this girl likes me and all of that, That's what we call the green flag, right? When the guy notices that this girl likes him, the effort he needs to put in pursuing that girl begins to reduce. Like men are said to be men are said to be hunters in nature. So if you don't give them something to hunt for, like you just allow
I
yourself
know
to
be hunter, I
just be
beg.
there. Yes, just be there for the taking. There's no effort when it comes to winning you. So he can easily just you can easily just go because there was no fight. Like when it comes to getting you were just there for him to just pick you up, and then when he can just wake up one day and say, okay, okay. He didn't even fight for you, so you could just go for it. Just like I use um a particular tribe in Nigeria. I don't want to mention any names. Like getting married in that tribe is very easy. All you have to do is just go, say your intention about the lady, then they just say you to pick a date. You will spend less than 1.5. Just get a house. The lady will furnish the house, brings food for over a year or 2 years that you guys will eat. Her family does everything. Yours is just to marry the lady. Before you know, 2 weeks, 3 months, that marriage has crashed. Because obviously the guy didn't spend for that marriage. She was just there for the taking. He just saw
Oh,
the girl and then
so
no effort.
the idea of marriage is spending, right?
You
Spend
said?
what you are saying is spending on the lady is when you actually love the lady. Is that what you are saying?
Yes,
Who said yes?
Lily said yes.
Okay. So spending on you now is that I love you.
So not we can't say practically
Can you hear me?
spending, but men are naturally providers. So you would say
Can you
Wow,
that
hear
you are
me?
done.
Okay,
men
women
are naturally
don't provide in
providers.
your family. Women don't provide in your family.
See, I'm not even part of this woke generation that would say, "Oh, let us be 50-50." Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. It's just like you saying, okay, let a man take a woman's role. I'm not a feminist that will come and tell you, oh, I'm a provider, I'm going to provide 50. Men are providers. And honestly, even my grandmother that did not go to school will tell you that if he likes you, he will give you. I'm not saying this
Providing is different from spending now. Isn't that what we are saying?
what she was trying to say is that there's a tribe where women would be the one to spend on their wedding day or after wedding or for a year, and then that makes the men not to last in marriage because they literally did not spend or make so much effort towards the marriage. That's what she was trying to say. So when you said
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
that's
you
a
what she
saying
was
man
trying
loves
to
are
say.
you,
you wait, Lily, are you saying that because somebody has spent in marriage and all that's what makes the person stay in marriage or what?
no, she was just giving an example that when a woman takes up a role of a man, it makes him handicapped, it makes him to give less effort. That was what
This
she was
this
saying.
example this example is not fundamental. So it's just mere saying. Let's no base this
Okay,
conversation on the fact that
let me give you
you understand me.
let me give you another example. Let me give you another example. The reason why you do not go to a man as a woman to go and tell him that you love him is that a man should be able to know what he wants. And the Bible says that he who finds a wife, he never said a woman who finds a man. And what she was trying to say is if you put in interest in a man more than he has interest in you, he becomes relaxed because you're trying to alter
Okay.
the fundamental way that things are supposed to be.
All right. I get your point. So somebody sent me a message just now, so we'll just hit on that before we move. The person is asking, should besties exist in relationship? I'm just talking about relationship side now to clear the air now. There's something as besties, right? Like a lady having a male bestie when she has a like you understand? I don't know whether you understand me. Nathaniel, do you get my point?
Yes, I get your question.
So let us move on that.
Okay. Thank you. I honestly, well, this thing is a double-edged sword, and the double-edged sword here is a lady can have a man as a friend, but I'm not. But when the lady gets into a relationship, I think that there are certain boundaries that need to be set. Number one, you can't talk to your bestie more than you talk to your boyfriend. Like, it's not right. You can't be more vulnerable with your bestie, in quotes, than you are with your boyfriend. It's not right at all. Because you see, just like if we want to say, because a lot of times when we say we want to be realistic, we actually have to be very careful that that realistic, um in quotes, that realism that we're trying to bring into what we are saying does not cross, or rather leave the boundaries of scriptures. Because I think one common denominator here is that we are all believers, so the guiding principle of our lives comes from the word of God. So you can't say you have a male best friend, or for a guy having a female best friend, and then you have more vulnerability with the person than you have with your partner. It's wrong. Second thing is, if, for example, you are in a relationship, your partner should be your best friend, because friendship is one of the cores core
I
things
think I think
about a relationship.
Nati, I think we are dragging this. So the point is, should besties exist in a relationship?
And that, I'm trying to answer your question. Truthfully,
Yes or no?
this cannot just be a yes or no question, because there are a lot of dynamics to it. I cannot just say no, and I cannot just say yes. You
But there's
understand?
an
But
end result to it now. But I get your point. I get your point. I just want us to
yeah,
have it
what I'm
have
saying is that
a
you should not be close to, you should not have any closeness to a friend much more than you have to a partner. Like, especially when it is of the opposite sex, it is very wrong. So that's my answer to the question. It's more about
Vicky.
the closeness that you share with the person, not just the term bestie and all.
Vicky, you have something to say about that?
No.
Hmm?
No,
Did you
not
say
really.
no? Lily. Vicky said no. Wow.
Okay, I think he already Nathaniel already answered himself by saying that in a relationship your partner should be your best friend. So I think you already answered yourself. If you're having a best friend of the opposite sex when you're in a relationship, I think you're just contradicting yourself. I understand the part of not being vulnerable, but if it's a yes and no answer, then it's a no. Besties should not exist. The effort you're putting in becoming besties with someone else, put it in becoming besties with your partner. But you can have
Okay.
other
Give you a
friends.
West.
You can have
All right. Give you. Did you get the question before you left?
No, I didn't get the question.
Should besties exist in relationship? Like you have somebody you are going out with, and you keep disturbing us that this one is your bestie and this one is your fiance. Something of that nature, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, what?
I don't get the question. Like, what's the question?
Besties, right? I think the whole concept of besties is best friend, if I understand clearly, right? Between
Yeah.
the opposite sex, right? The opposite gender. Like you now having a bestie, like somebody you a bestie other than your fiancé or somebody you are going out with or your partner.
Okay, like having a male bestie aside my partner. That's the question. What do I think
Yes.
about it? Okay, personally
And
for
yes
me,
or
I
no, it's
I
not what you
don't.
think about it. Is it should they exist in a relationship? Should we be saying, is it something we should be debating on? Yes or
No,
no?
no. I don't believe it's something that should be existing in a relationship. Any serious relationship, as long as you're
Okay,
serious
in
about that
quotes.
person, having a male bestie, to me, I don't think it's not something that should be in a relationship.
In a serious relationship, if I get you right.
Yes.
All right. I think this will go for everyone. I got this quote somewhere, right? Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I hand there's some they say the quote says is in quote right now. I'm actually quoting something here. It says men act like they are the only ones tempted, right? Men act like they are the only one step there. Bro, your woman meets better men daily and chooses not to cheat. Now, this is in quote. Let me say it the way it is, so that I just quote the person now, but it says, like, it's just like saying men actually act as if they are the ones being tempted every day, but your woman or your fiancé or your girlfriend goes out every day and see better men daily but choose not to cheat, right? I just want us to have a perspective on this, right? For me, I would say it all bounce back to your person, because this is, for me, this is not debatable in the sense that if you are telling me this, I wouldn't want to see sense in it, in the sense that people actually have their principle, right? And I think people should be judged based on their principle. So if you get to meet you will always meet better people every day. If that is the case, do you understand me? You always get to meet better people, richer people,
My brother.
people that are, as in people that you may even see that all round they are better in quotes than the person you are with. So it depends on the person's principle, not necessarily that should be something one should be scared of losing the person. Thirdly, it's basically you don't need to threaten somebody that do you know that I go out and meet better person like you? Do you know that there are other better choices chasing me? I just decide to stick with you. I don't know whether you understand me. So I don't know whether you understand the perspective I'm saying. I'm talking from, you
So
get the quotes, right?
I think the person that made the quote was just trying to call men's attention to the fact that they should stop making it look as if it's in their culture to cheat and they are the ones that are polygamous in nature, that women also get to have several people coming to them every day. So I think that's what the comment is basically trying to say, trying to tell guys to sit up and stop acting like they're the only ones that are being tempted on a daily, because that's what our society today is trying to make men believe, or trying to subject women to, where they will tell you, oh, I'm a man, I can't help myself, I'm a man, I'm polygamous in nature. I think that's what that statement is trying to clarify.
Yeah, and then there's actually a branch to it, because there's an addition that says women meet better men daily and choose not to cheat. Like, I don't know whether you saw the addition to it.
Yes, women meet better men daily. Even married women who have children, they still have suitors daily. They have men that when you tell them, oh my God, I'm married, men will say, yes, that's what I want. And that's one reality that men need to accept, that every woman would always meet better men. I'm not even trying to be saucy or insulting. The fact that a woman says, oh, I want you, I choose you, it's a choice. It's not because she doesn't have other options or better options. That's why sometimes when a man gets fed up with a man, there's a great tendency to find out that he gets married almost immediately.
Oh, Nathaniel.
The truth is just like you said, you said you're like it's only based on the individual. That making such a statement says a lot about you, where your mind is generally. Because fidelity is not necessarily just for the partner. It also has a lot to do with you. Like, come on, are you property guys shared, first born, so person should be to me and myself, and so it's not more than even getting to yeah, I know the part where the culture connotations that women should achieve because of the I think women get to meet to advance that because the choice of choosing to the partner really says a lot about your character as a person. It's not really about just choosing your partner. It's not about your pickability. Because let me tell you something. Something in life is actually indicative of how we will treat one aspect of our life. Like for example, some people cannot be faithful to one person. Their faithfulness in many parties will be very important. Their ability to handle certain or how they handle temptation and loss all those things will definitely come into question. If their style of person like going to the relationship is not really genuine, is not fair. So I think we are strongly based on the personality of the person, it's not even the right whether from a man or a woman. When you find somebody you love, because yes, that word love is a very strong word. If I say I love you, it means out of the plethora of choice I have chosen you, and it means that I'm dedicated and committed. So we cannot just say, okay, we love somebody, and then another person just comes along what you said is that love put me in water. That word speaks to me from my perspective. So I love you is not just choice. That's why when we
Okay.
we are choosing. Like when I said, I want to be
I don't know, Nati, I don't know whether I'm the only one hearing this echo.
yes, I can hear and
Is there anybody closer to a television set or something?
interference from another
Okay, the interference is from your end.
No, it's not from my end.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that submission. I think there's a direct question here. Can true love exist without money?
Yes, absolutely. True love can exist without money.
Lily, why are you laughing?
True love can exist without money. Right?
Okay.
Personally, I believe that love is not tied to materialistic things and financial security. Though for comfort, to be comfortable and all of that, that's just what the financial aspect of being having money is when it comes to relationship. Because I've seen people who have been in a relationship or marriage where there is money and there is no love. So if love is what actually is the tool to a successful relationship or marriage, then a lot of successful people we see around will not be divorced. So personally, I believe that love is not the tool for true love in a relationship, right? Money, yes, sorry, thank you. Money is absolutely, see, love can exist absolutely without money, because we've seen people who've started relationship without money. Like let's take what's the name of this guy, Mary in the Bible and Joseph, right? They were just two normal people. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, they were just two normal people, and we've seen the historical aspect of their love story and the outcome of all of it. So, personally, for me, I believe that true love can exist without money.
Lily, what do you have to say about that? Thank you.
I agree.
Okay.
From me.
I truly don't know.
Okay, so I agree that true love can exist without money. Both parties are very clear.
Yeah. So I learned lately that love means different people for both genders. Rather, how the both gender interpret love. Can you hear me? Yes. So when somebody say I love you to me, they take it
They take it
differently from what the
differently
guy
from
is
what the
saying.
guy is saying.
Can you give
Can you
perspective
give
to that?
perspective to that?
So it's not just
It's
about
not just
genders.
about genders.
Love
Love
can mean
can
different
mean
things to
different
people
things
based
to
on
people
their
based on their
background
background
and their
and
experiences in
their
life.
experience in life.
So when you say I love
So
you
when
to
you say I love you
someone,
to
it depends
someone,
on
it depends on
the expectations
the
they have
expectations
or
they have or
their,
their
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 upbringing or
upbringing or
how they were brought
how
up.
they
Some
were
people were
brought up.
brought
Some
up
people
based
were
on
brought up
survival.
based on
So when you
survival.
say
So
I
when
love
you
you,
say I love
it
you,
might not
it might not
expect much
expect
from you
much
as
from you
people
as
who were brought
people
up
who were brought up
in love.
in love.
Generally, you will hear
Generally, you
that
will hear that
men take
men
respect
take
as love,
respect as
and
love,
women
and
take
women take
peer
peer
protection
protection
and
and
provision as
provision.
love. As love. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Lily.
Oh, so the echo was actually from her. Okay, so you would basically just
Yeah.
people would tell you that when you respect a man, when you care for him, when you respect a man, that's what he sees love as. And then women will tell you that when you protect them and you provide for them, that's love. Well, I think it's not gender based. It depends on how you were brought up. There are people that all this touch quality time does not account for them. That's they don't see it as love. It might be something else. It might be you being honest. It might be you just giving them money. Yeah, there are women that think that if you provide for them 100%, that's love. They don't care what else you're doing with your life. Just love me and give me money. So it all depends on the person's personality and then their background and then yeah,
Okay. All right. So for it's not really a gender thing. While
it's not
it's
really
not
a
a gender
gender.
thing.
It's not. I think
Okay.
it depends on on people's personalities and their backgrounds and their experiences in life.
I also believe because in such if we actually base it to the fact that okay, genders, just like you said, provision and protection, there are people that grew up in a place where they are protected. One, what they need are being provided for. So how would you get to interpret love to this
Exactly.
person?
So
Yeah. Now,
exactly.
so in regard to that, what do you do if the person you are falling in love with does not align to your purpose in the future, right? You can actually fall in love with people had fall in love with people that they are just for the now, the feelings, the butterfly, the and all of that, and they get carried away, not minding, okay, I have a future, I have a purpose, does this person align with that?
So what do you do when you've already fallen in love and then the person
Yes.
doesn't align?
Yeah,
So
doesn't align
basically,
to the
first
purpose of future.
it's even wrong. It's
Hmm?
very wrong to first hand. It's very wrong to first hand say, "Oh my God, I fall in love with this person," because I think it's an entire process. I wasn't able to say anything about what infatuation is, but infatuation comes with the concept of imagining that someone is perfect no matter their flaws and you're being obsessed with them. So when you meet someone, the first thing when you have that admiration and an attraction to someone, the first thing you should start looking at is knowing this person better. So that before you fall deeper or before you get attached to them emotionally, you get to realize if you guys are on the same path. So what happens when you did not do your homework and then you fall in love with someone? You should be able to clearly communicate, this is what I want in life. What do you want in life? Do you think we align? I don't think that we're headed the same way. There's always a place for compromise. There's always a place to adjust. But when someone is not willing to, I don't even think you should put somebody in a position where they have to adjust their entire life to fit your purpose. So sometimes I'll just be like, communicate. And when you figure out that you and this person are not headed the same way, what do? You you part ways. We're in a society where people don't talk, they'll just be dragging their feet. Oh, let me date this person for 5 years, and then when I meet the person that aligns with my goals in life, I will leave. That is toxic, totally toxic. So I would say that the moment you realize that you didn't do your homework well before going into a relationship with someone that doesn't align with your purpose in life, you should stop, be sure that this is what is going on, then have a proper conversation with this person. That way, if both of you are willing to compromise and partner, beautiful. If both of you are not willing to compromise, then you can part ways, because nothing kills purpose than being with the wrong partner. Nothing
Hmm.
kills a man or a woman's purpose in life than being with the wrong person. And listen, there's no wrong person. Just being with someone that doesn't align with your purpose in life generally can stunt your purpose, can stunt your growth in life. So it's better late
Thank
than
you.
never. It's better you stop when you realize than go far.
I didn't get what you said. Let me quote you. You were saying something like nothing kills what? Nothing kills purpose like being with someone you what? Can you rephrase?
Nothing feels purpose than, or like being with the wrong partner or the wrong person, or like being with someone that doesn't align with your purpose. Nothing kills or
Wow.
stunts your dream purpose like being with the wrong partner.
So Lee, I have a question. I don't know whether you are seeing the question on the screen. Do you think people often confuse deep friendship for romantic feelings? How can one navigate the complex emotion of caring or caring deeply for someone but without romantic attraction?
Okay, so the first question,
Right?
yes, people
Because talking
confuse.
about and there's actually we spoke about the brother zone earlier or the sister zone earlier, and then it could just be pure intentional feeling, but you don't get to know when to really diversify, when it's actually romantic. And because in that zone there are some things that people even start expecting, like, oh, you are supposed to have my bro, like my sister, what is happening? We are just friends, and oh, what is you are supposed to? What is I'm supposed to? Do you get that? Why are you laughing?
So people usually would confuse loyalty and connection and vibe for romance. Sometimes they don't confuse it. People grow, love their friends. So that's why communication is very important. There are people who know that, oh, if we date, we have great feelings for each other, but if we date, it's just going to ruin everything. So sometimes, if you meet a person who wasn't loved while growing up, every form of affection or care would look like love to them. If you meet
Okay.
someone that dealt with a lot of rejection, abandonment, and the rest, any form of, hi, my love, how are you doing? Ah, she called me my love. Oh my God, maybe she's in love with me. Yes. So people actually confuse good friendship, deep friendship, gestures for romance. So how do you navigate the complex emotions of caring deeply for someone but without romantic attraction? Boundaries, boundaries. I have male friends
Okay.
that I know like me. Yes, I have male friends that I know like me. And when I begin to notice that, there's this overprotectiveness that would only come from someone that is in love with you, I keep to boundaries. I make sure that you are aware that this is where our friendship is headed. This is what our friendship is, and it cannot extend further than this. So it's very important to set boundaries. It's very important to have clear communications with people so that you do not complicate issues. If Harvey would say that every male friend you have that is loyal to you is just one that is waiting to get on the list as a boyfriend. I don't know how that true that is, but I
Who
always
said
say that
that?
always assume Steve Harvey, Steve
Okay,
Harvey.
the Steve Harvey
Always assume that, yes, the Steve Harvey, you know. So always assume that your loyal male best friend likes you in a certain way, and then set boundaries that define the relationship, so that even if he is in love with you, he knows that I prefer being your friend than being a partner. It is going to be, you don't have to sleep with everybody, you don't have to date everybody that is good to you. So you can keep clear boundaries. That is one of the easiest ways. For instance, me, the moment is 9, you cannot call me. no matter who you are,
They
except you're my
cannot call you
family
or
or
me,
my partner.
even me,
All of you can call me. The
even me,
moment it's
Lily.
9
I
p.m.,
can't call you.
yes, sir. The moment it's 9 p.m., you do not call me except it's work or an emergency. There are
Okay,
certain
okay,
physical
ma.
touch. There are certain physical touch you don't entertain. I was talking to my doctor the other day, and he was saying the moment your male friend starts playing with you in a certain way and you do not speak up, that person is going to start expecting intimacy. So boundaries, I think boundaries is the best way to handle or navigate complex emotions. Even if the guy likes you and you know that you don't want to speak up and set clear boundaries. You're not coming to my house when it's late. You're not calling me when it's late. You can't touch me this way. We can't have certain conversations. And that is that.
All right, so I will not call you when it's 9. Okay.
Mhm.
You welcome back, V. I think you have issues with your network here. Hello, V.
No.
Can you hear me? V, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
what advice would you give someone who is struggling with being placed in the brother zone by someone they care about romantically? What advice would you give your brother, right, who is struggling with being placed in the brother zone by someone they actually care romantically about?
Um. eh, If you remain
Your
in
Is
that
network is bad.
zone and you don't get out to express your would just be and you remain a brother and you watch another brother take that sister away from you. So what I would advise the brother is to come out of his brother's zone and talk to the lady. Like the husband
am I the only one not getting her?
No, I think her
had
network
to
is
like
really bad.
he had to like it's cutting, right? It's breaking.
Yes.
So, like
Mm.
I was saying, the guy should just come out and declare his intentions. He shouldn't just remain there because he has been brother zoned, then he should remain in that zone and watch
No, no,
another
no, no, no.
brother
V
take away
is
his
like,
sister.
sorry, sorry,
Now, I
sorry
would
to
like to
cut
give an
you.
example of this popular childhood celebrity that we have, Rejoice Nweze. He said her husband said that is it that she brother zoned him or almost brother zoned him, and the guy refused upfront, and today they are married. So I don't think you should just remain in a place because you were placed in that box. You can actually get out of that box. That you're
How do you get out of that box?
So I don't know if
yeah.
you also understand. I don't know if you also understand that brother zoning is not necessarily because you don't speak up as a guy. It could actually be that
Yes, that's what
you
I'm
talked
saying.
and the girl said no.
They can,
So
yeah, they can
basically,
actually put you there, like carry you, put you there, carry this sister and put her in
yeah,
the sister
sometimes
zone.
basically whoever is being zoned, sister zone or brother zone, should understand why they are being zoned. I'll give you a very quick example. A lot of guys are amazing partners, amazing friends. They are going to be amazing husbands, but they don't put effort in their personality. For instance, if I'm working 2 jobs and I'm earning a certain amount and I'm clean and I like to smell nice and we're childhood friends, and every time you come to me, you're not smelling nice and you're just reading the news every day and talking too much, you're not working on yourself, I'll still be your friend. But if you should ask me out, you're not up to my standards. Sometimes you need to understand why you're being brother zoned or sister zoned. Sometimes you also need to accept that some friendships are better as friendships. So two things. I believe that the reason why me, Lily, have brother zoned a lot of guys is one, you're an amazing person, but you're too relaxed. You're asking me out, but you're not working on yourself. You know the kind of man I want. We are just there because you think we are friends, then I'm just going to warm up to you and take you. Two, we are better off as friends. So I think the advice is first understand why you are being zoned and then accept that you're better off as friends or work on yourself to meet up to this person's standard.
Okay. There's a whole standard to this then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, there's
there's
a
a whole
standard.
standard.
Vicky, there's actually standard to this, yeah.
Um. Well, for me, I think based on the experience I've had in my life,
Because network is really bad.
Yeah. Around her side, right?
Hmm.
We can't hear you, right? Uh, okay. I think. We can't hear you honestly, right? If you can hear us, we can hear you. So Lee, we're actually behind time or out of time. So in one word, how would you? What captures love for you, you personally?
Action.
Are you a verb?
Love is a verb.
All right. Action in what aspect? Can you just be specific?
Love is because love is a verb, it doesn't necessarily have to do with emotions, feelings. It has to do with what a person would do. So if a person tells you I love you, then you look at how the person acts or how the person treats you. So no matter how you text me, no matter how you talk to me, if you're saying I care about you and your actions are saying I do not care about you, then I don't believe that you're in love with me. The love is kind, love is patient, love is all of those things. So if someone is saying, oh, I love you, and those things are not, you're not seeing those fruits that the Bible clearly stated for you, you know that this is not love.
Yeah. All right.
Mm.
Thank you for staying. To those that joined the online live stream, thank you for joining us. I don't know whether V is at the background. I would have actually loved her to do a closing remark. So thank you everyone for connecting. Thank you for sending in your questions and thank you for sticking with us. Yeah. So Lily, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Nathaniel. Thank you, Givia. Thank you, Victoria. I know you are very busy. Today is Saturday. You are supposed to be resting and all. And of course, but you took our time to be here. Thank you so much. I'm not taking this for granted, or we are not taking this for granted. So, on behalf of the Revamp Initiative, I'm saying a big thank you. And everybody that joined, engaged, and is resharing these videos, thank you so much for engaging. So, yeah. So, Lily, thank you so much. I hope that when we want to say come on the show and share perspective, you would be available. I know how busy you can be, right? So you spare time to always be here. So thank you. Say hi to everybody at the Girls Talk Initiative for us, and we are sending love to them. So thank you.